What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Football Appreciation YouTube channel. Now, a really interesting under the radar transfer right now is Nicolas Gonzalez to Brighton. It kind of looks like it's getting done. There's some rumours with Tottenham, but it kind of looks like it's, in the latter stages. And Brighton are normally good with these sort of signings, but I think this is an absolutely perfect signing for Brighton. It's what Brighton do better than most Premier League clubs. They pick up the players that everyone doesn't want to take a risk on for for that 10 to 25 million pound price mark, and then flips them in 2 years' time. It's the Brighton model, and it's what most Premier League clubs should do. In terms of, before I go into numbers, by the way, subscribe to the channel. Why not? Regular Premier League content, so yeah, subscribe. Anyway, if you look at Gonzalez's numbers, obviously, look, it should be acknowledged. He's only played 10 games and 5 of them are off the bench, so it is in limited numbers, obviously. But he's 23, which is a good age. And with the thing is with these numbers, right? There's two main weaknesses in terms of he's terrible in terms of holding the ball up, and he's not really a good presser from the front. Now, obviously, those are kind of important things when you look at a Graham Potter Brighton side, and I assume he'd play up top with one of Maupay or Danny Welbeck, and then I assume Trossard in behind. Obviously, like this trio of Ben White, Lamptey and Basuma could, we don't really know what's gone on with them, but assuming they stay, I don't think those things are an issue. In terms of the pressures, Graham Potter always wants pressing strikers, but this could just be a system thing. Like if you look at Danny Welbeck's pressure numbers, they're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. Neil Maupay's are pretty good, and so if you play under Graham Potter, odds are he can coach you to be a presser. Like pressing's not something that you can't learn. It's not like dribbling, something you just kind of naturally have when you're a kid. Pressure is something that's very easy to coach. So assuming he wants to come in and learn, that's something he will be able to do. And regarding the pass completion thing, as I said earlier, a lot of his games off the bench, which means he's not really the hold-up guy. He's being brought on to play riskier passes. Plus, by the amount of progressive passes and dribbles he's completed, it shows he's more of a riskier player, which means he's going to give the ball away. That's just how stats work. And if you look at Danny Welbeck, really good at holding up the ball. Neil Maupay is pretty solid as well. He's not somebody they don't have in their other players. So it kind of seems like at a front two with Gonzalez as the guy that spins in behind, and Maupay and Welbeck is a bit more of a hold-up guy. That dynamic looks like that would work to me. And in terms of, it should be acknowledged that he has taken a few pens. If you look at his non-penalty XG, it's lower than his normal XG, but he's performing to a decent level. Again, in limited minutes. But he's a really good dribbler. Even if you just watch a few clips of him, he's very quick. He's getting a lot of shots off. 4.4 shots is a lot. I don't think people realise how much that is. And look, we all know how much Brighton are getting screwed over by XG. I feel like that's kind of, by expected points. I feel like everyone kind of knows that it's a bit of a meme that they should be the fifth based on expected points. And look, obviously the fact that they go behind a lot, and that they're often chasing games, of course that factors into it, right? And there are big issues with XG, but it proves a point. And if Gonzalez comes in, all his numbers are pretty good. All his finishing numbers, bar his passing and pressure numbers, everything else is there. He's pretty good in the air for someone that's 5'10", and all the things are there for Brighton, assuming they don't sell some of their key assets, to kind of challenge next season. And of course, Ben White's an issue. He's been linked with Arsenal. I think Ben White's an amazing centre-back. I'm really surprised at why so many other fans are mocking Ben White. He's an amazing footballer. Again, these numbers are a bit distorted by the fact he plays in central midfield sometimes, but obviously he's not great in the air, but that's kind of the case for most young centre-backs. But all his on-the-ball numbers and his carry numbers and his dribble numbers, they're all really good, which I know doesn't sound that important, but it is. If you look at most high-level centre-backs, they're really good dribblers. It's kind of just something that is a regular thing, because that's how top teams want to play. They need a centre-back that can beat the first man and beat the first press. But look, I don't think it's impossible for Brighton to replace him. They could go to Stuttgart and get Mavropanos or something. His numbers are absolutely jacked. They're even better than Ben White's. My point is I trust Brighton to recruit well. They've already got the mainstay of a good team. Solly March is amazing. Probably the most underrated player in the Premier League for me. I love Solly March. I think he's class. And then Lamptey coming back. Brighton are in a really good position for me. This was their most used team last season. Obviously, injuries and stuff don't come into it. you'd assume Dan Burn and Veltman won't play regularly. But Brighton are in a really good position. If they can get Gonzalez over the line and keep that core, for me, I'm backing Brighton for their first top half finish since their promotion in 2016 under Chrissy Hughton. And of course, this is assuming Graham Potter doesn't join Everton. But if any Brighton fans watching, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this is a good signing? Do you think it will happen? Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, peace.